Morning. Mark, what happened?
What does it look like?
I'm sorry.
Rise and shine! Get yourself ready. They'll be taking you down for court soon.
Who broke the window?
We don't know, but don't worry, because Mark's going to fix it for us.
Was it because of Dad being in prison?
Come and sit down here a minute, Martin. Look, there's some people who don't know your dad, and they think that he took some money. But we know that he didn't, and we've got to let these people see that we don't care what they think.
I don't want to go to school.
But you're in the nativity play. Don't you miss that? You can't let your classmates down. What would they do without their Josie?
Look, I get your costume all red. See?
But I want Dad to be there.
Well, that's why we're going to the court today to ask the judge if we can bring him home with us. Now, you go and get your coats. Good boy.
Mark's trying to get the glass cut before we set off.
Oh, I tell you, it makes me so angry.
Are you going to report it to the police?
And what would they do? If they believed Arthur in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, I know.
Just got to get through that hearing this morning and get Arthur home for Christmas.
Yeah.
The solicitor said she's really going to push for bail today. She reckons there's a good chance we'll get it.
Well, with Christmas coming up, they must take that into account.
And she's expecting the results from the fingerprint tests on those letters. They'll prove Arthur's innocent. They'll have to let him out.
Yeah.
God, what on earth are you up to?
Does it look like I'm making me Christmas cake?
You must have been up since the crack of dawn.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roy, did I wake you?
No, it was, just wondered what all the banging was about, that's all.
I couldn't sleep, so I thought, why not get cracking?
Shouldn't you have done that months ago?
So I'm not perfect.
We could have bought a cake, you know?
No, it doesn't taste the same, does it?
Well, I never thought you'd be like this about Christmas.
How?
Well, throwing yourself into preparations like an excited kid. It's the side of you I didn't expect.
Well, it's our first Christmas together. I wanted to be special.
You never cease to amaze me, Pat Butcher. I trust you never will.
Roy, you'll get flour on your suit. Oh, didn't turn the oven on, silly me.
What's going on? Where's Mark?
Arthur's in court today.
Yeah, terrible, isn't it? Do you think he done it?
Arthur? No way.
Well, 20 grand's a lot of money, isn't it?
Pauline.
Oh, Willie, nice of you to come along.
Oh, it's the least I could do. Just wanted to offer what support I could.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Well, we all do, and it'd be nice for Arthur to see a friendly face.
Yeah, of course.
It's at times like this you find out who your friends are, don't you? Oh, excuse me.
Mrs. Fowler.
Have you heard from the fingerprint people?
No, not yet.
I thought they were going to let us have the results for the hearing.
Oh, no, I wasn't relying on it. These things always take time.
But we needed them for today.
Oh, no, this is just a mode of trial hearing, Mrs. Fowler. An application for the case to go to the Crown Court. As long as we get the results back for the real trial, that's all that matters.
All right, I see. And what about getting Arthur out on bail today?
Well, we're simply going to have to prove that your husband doesn't need to be in custody. And the favourable psychiatric report should help us do that.
Oh, it would mean so much to us to have him home for Christmas.
I know. Well, I'm going to do my best. Number 9? That's us. We better go in.
Oh, right.
Janet?
Keith?
All rise.
We would ask the court to decline jurisdiction in this matter on the basis of the significant sum of money involved and the breach of trust on the part of the defendant.
Ma'am, I accept that in view of the large amount of money involved, I cannot argue against the case going to the Crown Court.
The court agrees with the prosecution's application. can't stop, love. I've only just realised how much there is to do. It's got me Ollie, though.
Yeah, I can see.
Roy's ordering the turkey today. We're going to have a big one this year.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, we want to make a fuss. It being our first Christmas together and everything.
Look, Pat.
I can't stop, love. I've left my cake in the oven. I don't want it burning, do I? Dad, I'll see ya.
You seek an adjournment of 6 weeks to prepare papers.
6 weeks?
Objections to bail still stand as before, namely that the money has yet to be recovered, the defendant is likely to interfere with inquiries, the defendant has a previous conviction for a matter of a similar nature. Taking into account his history of mental instability, we consider he's likely to harm himself should he be admitted to bail. We are also concerned about his own protection. There's been a great deal of anger in the local community. When all this is added to the fact that he failed to appear at the first hearing, we would ask that you remand him in custody.
Ma'am, I would ask the court to urgently consider the position relating to bail. As far as the funds are concerned, there is no evidence in front of this court to show that Mr. Fowler is likely to interfere with inquiries in this matter. And I would ask you to bear in mind that Mr. Fowler has repeatedly denied any knowledge of the allegation. As far as absconding is concerned, Mr. Fowler has a fixed address, strong community ties, and the full backing of his family. Now, my client's failure to appear arose from confusion rather than any deliberate attempt to abscond. As for his state of mind and concern about protection from himself, I advise you to read this psychiatric report. Of course, if there are worries about his protection from others, a bail hostel or an address far away from his home can be found.
The application for bail is refused. You will be remanded in custody until the next appearance.
Till next month.
And that's it.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I did my best. I think the CPS were out for blood.
If only we'd had the proof that it wasn't his signature on those forms.
So what happens now?
Well, I'll have all the evidence together in front of me in the new year, and then I can start preparing the case.
But we've got to wait till then.
Look, I promise I'll let you know as soon as anything happens. Just have the best Christmas that you can. And try not to worry.
Pauline, what can I say? It's wrong. That's what it is. I mean, they don't know Arthur, or they wouldn't do this.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming along, Willie.
I'm sorry, Mum.
He hardly looked at me at all. He just looked so lost.
It's so unfair. I mean, what harm would it do to let him out for Christmas?
Well, I'd better get going. Don't want to miss the start of Martin's play.
Yeah, come on, let's get out of here.
No, you've got to go back to work.
We're going to do this together.
Nicky, I'll see you in the games room. All right. Officer.
Oh, Kath, you sort of caught me in the middle of things.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Pat. I need to have a word.
I was trying to work out where to put everybody. I could have them sitting here and bring the table out into the middle of
Yeah,
it.
it sounds fine to me.
I've got 7 people to get round that, so I'll have to move it out from the
Right,
wall
I'm
anyway.
sure you'll cope.
Yes, I'll work something out.
Look, Pat. Janine was in the cafe earlier.
Yeah, she went off with Sonia.
She was saying how much she misses her dad at Christmas.
She never said a word to me.
Well, she wouldn't, would she? She knows it'll only upset you.
Kath, I'm doing what I think is best.
Best for who, Pat? It's not just you this affects.
You don't have to tell me that.
Look, I can understand you not wanting to tell Roy, but what if Rick and Janine find out you've heard from their dad?
I haven't. I've heard from some nurse in a mental hospital.
Yeah, who wants to talk to you about Frank.
And I don't want to know.
But what about the kids?
I can't help that.
What are you so scared of, Pat?
I hear Arthur was up in court today.
Yeah, trying to get him out on bail in time for Christmas.
So what happened?
Well, I haven't heard anything. Give him a knock, see if they're back.
Oh, I won't bother him. I was just wondering.
I'm worried about you, Pat. I've never seen you like this. You're the strongest person I know. You don't run away from things.
She's different.
I don't understand. It's Frank. The man you loved for 30 years. Don't you want to know what's happened to him?
When he walked out on me the way he did, he made a mockery of them 30 years. Made me realise you never really know anybody.
He was ill.
I saw him the day he left, Kathy. He knew exactly what he was going to do. He looked at me, and he talked to me as though it was any other day.
He wasn't himself.
It was cold and calculated.
Pat, he had a breakdown.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? Because it sure as hell don't. How do I know what it's going to be like? How do I know Janine will be safe with him?
Well, he wouldn't hurt her.
What did you do when he walked out of her life? None of us know what it's going to be like. He could be on medication. He could be violent, demented, out of control. Anything could happen.
This is Frank we're talking about.
Don't mean a thing anymore.
Pat is out there, and you have got to deal with it, find out what's going on. Because what's the alternative? Well, you're going to wait for him to make the move? Always wondering if he's going to show up? At least find out the facts. Talk to these people.
It won't do no good. I've moved on. I'm happy now. I've put him behind me.
Then how can he hurt you? Look, if you can't do it, well, let me do it. I'll ring up for you.
Why would you do that?
Phil played his part in all of this. Maybe I feel more guilty about that than I'd like to think. I certainly did at the time. You know that. It's just a phone call. It doesn't commit you to anything. It's got to be better than torturing yourself like this.
I'm not going to no mental hospital, Kath. I couldn't face that.
So you see, your dad's got to stay where he is just a little while longer.
Will he be at home for Christmas?
No, I'm afraid we're going to have to manage without him this Christmas. But he'll be thinking of us and we'll be thinking of him.
I miss my dad.
Yeah, well, you go on upstairs and get changed and I'll make you something nice for your tea.
Okay.
He was really good this afternoon, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, start of the show.
He took that bow like a real pro.
Even if half of them didn't clap him.
What are you talking about?
Well, doesn't matter what your dad may or may not have done to take it out on a little boy.
You're not worth worrying about, Mum.
I know.
Hello. Can you hold on a minute? Pauline, that's the solicitor.
Thanks. Hello? Oh, I see. Can't you tell me of... Oh, right. I'll be straight now. Bye.
Where is it?
She wants me to go round to her office. She wants to talk to me about something.
Some company for you.
I thought I ordered the one with the ensuite bathroom. Nice one, Grandad.
There, what do you think?
Oh, that's perfect.
I don't know, it's a bit burnt on the top.
It's just the way I like it. Nothing like coming home to the smell of baking.
Yeah, well, I'll ice it tomorrow. Oh, Roy, I'll go. Wait, you clear up a bit, will you?
Look, I won't stop.
Well?
I spoke to Frank's community psychiatric nurse, the one who contacted you.
What did she say?
She didn't want to discuss it with me.
Why not?
Well, you know what they're like. She wouldn't know if I was family. She couldn't go into it on the phone.
Oh, yeah?
She's very keen to talk to you, though. They were wondering why you hadn't replied to any of their letters.
You didn't tell her anything, did you?
No, of course I didn't. The thing is, she's coming up to London tomorrow. She says she'll be willing to come out here to see you.
Why would she want to go to all that trouble?
Well, it was Frank who asked them to make contact. They're just very keen to help in his rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation?
It's just a word, Pat. Look, I told her it'd be okay. She said she could be here by 1:30.
I don't know, Kath.
Look, she seems really nice. Ever so concerned.
I don't know. I mean, look at the house. It's in a mess.
Well, she won't mind that, will she? She just wants to talk to you. She's the one person that can tell us what's happened to Frank since he walked out of here. This is your chance to get the answers to all your questions.
Thank you for coming round, Mrs. Fowler.
Right, it's not Arthur, is it? He is okay.
No, look, just have a seat and I'll explain it all to you.
Well, what is it then?
I said I'd keep you informed. Well, I've just had the expert's report back on the forms used to transfer the money.
Oh, at last.
And I wanted you to see it for yourself rather than just hear it from me on the phone.
Look, I'm sorry, it's been a long day, you know, what with going to the court and having to explain to Martin that his daddy won't be home for Christmas and then having to wait so long for this, but it does prove that Arthur didn't make those transfers, doesn't it?
The report says that the signatures on the transfer letters are your husband's, Mrs. Fowler.
No, that's not possible.
That's what they found.
Well, then they're wrong. They're forgeries.
There is no doubt that they are his signatures. And I'm afraid there's some more bad news. They've also identified the fingerprints all over the forms as your husband's.
Oh, I don't believe this. I just don't understand.
I'm sorry. It would appear that, knowingly or unknowingly, your husband did sign these forms.